Now, on this session, on this part of the screen, on this part, that's I'm talking of the left hand side, where you can see this MSF6. The way I opened it is I went to this place. There's this horse sign, the menu. Then I clicked on Metasploit here. Now you can see Metasploit Framework. The moment I clicked on it, it opened, right? So that's exactly what I did to open it. Now I want to open it again so that we can all see whatever it is that it is doing, right? Now for this other side, if you want anything you want to run, you are free to run it here. You want like your normal command, you can always do that here. So we can run through the process of opening it again. We go to this, we click, or you come here. Let's clear this screen. Let's log in as a super user. So let's now open that thing here. So hopefully this one does not take time. And if it tries to take time, the explanation continues from here. So you can take a look at this. This is when it has already opened MSF 6. It has already opened from here. Now, what can we use it for? Now, you can actually come here and say you're already in it, right? You want to search for exploits related to Windows, exploits related to Windows. You can come here, you can search Windows. It's going to bring out a lot of things. Don't get scared. It will bring out a lot of things. You can see these are all the exploits related to Windows. So anyone that want to use is all right by us, depending on the one we want to use. So now, how do you know the exact this thing to use? You can see that it's already this one. Look at the right side of the screen. You can see this is already loading here. I'm just like trying to explain how to open our Metasploit. So starting the Metasploit framework console. In no time, it's going to like bring out the result. You see one scary symbol there. Then you see MSF6 written at one side. So the moment it opens completely, we are going to close it. Then we are going to work with one. Let's work with this one still. Let's clear this. We clear this. Now, let's assume we are actually facing a real life scenario. We can still come here. Let's come here. Split terminal vertically. So look at this, what we are working with. Let's Nmap. We want to Nmap this, right? Scan me the Nmap. Yeah, before we continue, please everyone see. So different different symbols. This is symbol. Different time that you open the Nmap, different symbol. So this is it. This MSF6 shows that you've opened your Nmap. You can see Metasploit version 6.3.4. Can you see it? 2294 exploits, just like what I explained earlier on. Then this auxiliary exploit. Then this is post. That's after the whole thing has been done. This is the payload, 98 payload. Then these are the encoders to ensure that the virus package or antivirus package, I mean to say, does not see it. Now let us we don't have any business with this. I'm trying to, because see now if I clear the screen here, it's going to take away all these things. So let me clear the screen here. You can see I've cleared the screen now. It's not similar to what we have on this side. So I'm going to close the screen because we don't really need it. Close this, then I'll come back here. I'll make this bigger so you see it very well. Then I'll still come here again and make this one bigger so you see it very well. So we have Nmap, scan me. So we are going to be using this site to test our distance. So we just want to like get the service version and most likely the what do we need? We don't need port number. Let's say us run just Nmap. Let us run general result and see what is going to bring out. While we wait for this one to process it all and bring out the result, we can actually come here and search anything we want to search for, or depending on how we want to use it. Wait for this to bring the results. No, we don't wait for it. Good thing. Exactly. Now you can see this one. If you will run normal Nmap, then it brought out this result, right? It's telling us that this FTP is open. This FTP is like an open port number 21, SSH 22, HTTP 80, mping echo 9929, then elite. Now, the information provided here is not enough. Why is it not enough? It's not enough because we can't just come here and search for this thing that's related to search for a module that is related to FTP. It's going to give us like vast amount of resources, right? You can see it brought a whole lot of resources. Let me see if I can expand this thing. So it brought a whole lot of resources, right? Now we need to like make the search particular for the exploit that we want to really use, the one that we want to use. So that's why we need to go and check that, okay, let me say Access Bank said that we should like we should test their services. Now we want to test their services. We are going to look for the version that they are using, the version of whatever service that they are using. So let's run this scan again. Sorry. Come here. You come here. Then C. Sorry, what am I doing? C5. So we run it. Post saves down. I think this guy is too fast. Let's use T1. So let's go again. We scan it. Let's close this one that we have here. Now let's see the result of this. Let's see what it bring out for this. It's going to most likely take time. There's even this popular one that there's this popular exploit that is associated with Windows. We can actually use, I think they call that one. Look at what I'm going to do here. So say we have look at what I'm going to do. Please look at the left hand side of the screen. While our Nmap is loading up to see the service version, we can come here, then we'll type search still, search. So we'll talk about the platform we want to use it for. Then after the platform, we'll tell no, sorry, the type is not platform. The type what search for its exploit is the exploit. Then what platform are we going to use it on? We're going to use it on Windows. Use it on Windows. Then we now hit our enter. So let's see. It's going to bring out various exploits that we can use. So depending on the one that we want now. If you want to use, like I said, there's a popular one that they call Eternal Blue. So let's assume we want to use that Eternal Blue. So let's go back again and press. This time around, we are looking for that Eternal Blue. Like I said, it's a very popular exploit I share with Windows. This Nmap, I use T1. Please let me close this Nmap. I'll run it. Let me clear the screen first. I'll run it using because that's why I don't like using T1. It's too slow. Let's use the middle guy, T3. T3 should be better. Now, looking at that, this guy now, we are now going to look at it has this, it has this, it has this. Look at this eternal blue is one, like I said now, Windows this thing. So we are going to like copy this thing. This is just like the usage, a simple usage. This is just like I'm just explaining from a generic view. So we are going to copy this up to this place, eternal blue, Control Shift C. So how do you now use it? It says use. You click on use. You press use. That's already told you here. As I told you that if you know how to use your command line normal, you'll be able to use what? You'll be able to use you'll be able to use any command line tools. So give me 1 minute, let me check to be sure. Okay, good. We are on track. Just want to be sure that it's not as if I have not been streaming since. Okay, so let's go back to our working environment. Okay. Well, it has finished. It has finished scanning. You can see that T3 is even faster. It's obviously we know that it's faster than T1. That T1 took forever. Now look at this one. Now it has. See now, it has. Look at the version. Open SSH. Everybody we know that it's using SSH, yes, but then it's using SSH 6.6.1. Then the Ubuntu is 2.13. For the TCP, yes, we know it's open. It's using like HTTP Apache version. That's Apache HTTPD 2.4.7. So if we want to like penetrate into this particular system, we are going to be working with this. Yeah, yes, this is the service that is working with, but this is like the version. You know, it's a different thing that I'm using Android, and it's a different thing I'm using Android version this. So if there's a vulnerability that's been discovered for a particular Android version, we know how to go about it. Now, let's continue with our this thing, our general usage. You see, I just like copied this and then I pasted it. So we press enter. Now you can see, yes, it's saying no payload configured. We know defaulting to Windows times that's 64 bits, Metapreter, reverse TCP. Yes, we know. So MSF6 exploits, then it's putting this in middle, like in red. It's telling you that okay, this is actually the exploit that we want to use. You know what exploit means now, like the loophole, the weak point in something. Okay, that we have that now. So what else do we now want to do? Please just mind you that whenever you see this thing, it has already like singled out the exploit that we want to use. Now, what else do we want to do? We can actually do, there's something they call like to show options, or apart from showing options, you can actually set just that for you that, let me see, you are just new to it. You will do show options. It's going to show you the different options. You can see show options. So now this is the L host. L host local host, that's we, right? L port means our port, the port that we are using to either listen or do anything. Remember in our Thursday's class, I told you that the default port is what 444, right? So if you want to set, you can actually set. There's another one they call R host. R host is that's your target, the person that you're targeting, or in full you can call it remote host, right? So with this, you have like the different this thing. So if you want to set like your R host, you can just press SET R host. That's RHOST. Then we're going to check the IP address of the person that we are sending it to. Now let me quickly share my screen. I'm going to open my Windows terminal, open CMD. So we're going to check our IP address there. What am I doing? Okay, going there now. Let's type pause the IP to type check for IP address in Windows machine. We use IP config. It brings out the various results. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. So let's use this. We are going to use this wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi 2. So this is the IP address 172.20.10 and 2. So let's go from here. Yes, it stopped sharing because of I actually quit it. I used exit to quit it. So 172.20.10.2. So now we go back to our this thing. I'm going to run this one again. So set our host 172.20.10.2. I've already set the arrows like that. Now show options. You can see, well, L port and R L host. It's not still telling us that we've set our R host there. It's actually meant to tell us. So we are going to leave the port like that. Okay, which port do we want to be using in the person's machine? R port. If you use R port, it means like remote port. That's the port you want it to enter through the person's machine. Definitely, you know what the system is using. Let's say we want to use 8080. 8080. Set R port. I've already set the R port to 8080. So still show options to see what we've done. You can see R host 172.20. This guy is actually, this one is disturbing us. This one is not allowing us to see what we want to see. Let's close this guy. So we'll just copy this one in case we want to now run this one again. So I want to collapse this terminal. Now, still not occupying the whole screen. Okay, no wala. Okay, so we've already set all those necessary things. Now we already know that the L host and L port is already what is already there. So now let's see the payload. Let's show payloads. Remember, it's just the exploit that we saw, right? So now this time around is the payload that we want to see. It's going to bring out a list of the different payloads that we are going to use. That we are going to use. Please emphasis on the word use. So depending on what you want to do, so let's look through them and see. So like what we did in the previous class, we used something like reverse TCP. So let's use this payload Windows 64 shell reverse TCP. Shall we use that one? What if the machine is not a times 64 machine? Let's go up and see if we see how other ones. Okay, better still, let's just search for it. Let's search for the exact one that we show payloads. Let's grep it. Grep. What was the which I know we want to do reverse TCP. We know what to do reverse TCP. So bring out your results. Invalid parameter. We go again. Reverse. Oh, I didn't put something there. Did I put grep? What am I doing? Grep. Reverse. See. So basically, the idea is that it's going to bring out results that has to do with reverse, but it's bringing us almost everything. Okay, in this case, we'll just use anyone that we want, anyone that we are fine with. So let's use this payload Windows by 64 shell reverse TCP, right? So that's the one we are going to use. So we are going to use, let's copy it first of all. We copy, Control Shift C. We copy it. Let's clear the screen. Okay, good. So now we'll set payload. Payload. Control Shift. See, I already set the payload. I set the payload, right? Now that we've already set the payload, the next thing to do is to, please, for me personally, I just like doing that show options. I like that, like to know what has been set, what has not been set. It's actually very important, because the moment you go and launch a target and you don't know if your stuff has been set, you just discover that it's not successful. You'll be thinking that the system is not vulnerable, not knowing that you don't have made a silly mistake. Now, our R host is set. We know what our remote host IP address. Then R port, remote port. Then forget about this one. Then we have our L host, L port. As our L host is local host. That's we, the attacker. That's this is your IP address. Then your L port, this is your port. Metasploit uses 444 on a major scale. That's majorly. Yeah. So now that everything is good, everything is set like the way we want it to be. Now, next thing to do is what? Is to actually use this. I'm sure we know what this L port is like. That's the listening port. That's the listening port. Now, next thing is to what? You can actually use it. Maybe use USE, then write this thing, or you can just decide to press exploit, then flash. It's going to be listening. Now, like this now is already listening. It's already listening. Now it said that what the target is not vulnerable. It's fine. It's fine. Target not vulnerable. Probably they already fixed it or something. So it told us that its target is not vulnerable. So it has actually session exploit completed, but no session was created. So remember the one that we did on Thursday. Session was created. Now let's quickly assume we want to, let's clear this. Let's assume we want to that Nmap that we did before. Let's create another. Good. That Nmap that we did before. Nobody captured the results. I didn't even capture the result also. Okay, please, can someone remind me what was the? Okay, good. It was running HTTP, right? HTTP, Apache HTTP PD 2 point what? I can't really remember, but I can remember HTTP. I can't remember the exact thing it was running. But still, let's come here. If you want to exit from all these things, you've already entered like so many distance. You can exit. Now, the exit has already cleared the whole stuff. So we can actually run again. So we can open it again. So hopefully it doesn't take like as much time as it took us before. So after doing that one, we are now going to, time hopefully would permit us. We are now going to try. I'll run you through the attack technique for like an Android phone. But this time around, there's high chance it will not work. Why won't it work? They've already updated these Android versions to ensure that you don't just use vulnerabilities like that and tell vulnerability to work. If you still want it to work, the Android phone, maybe you must have put off the whole security version and install the file. I'm going to, like, let me say, send or something like that. So you can see that the Metasploit framework is actually loading. Right? It's loading. So the moment it loads, we are going to just go straight and search for Apache HTTP PD. So to see if we are going to find like exploits related to that particular one. Right. So we just give it 1 or 2 minutes to load. Let me see if I have any question. Okay, just one person. Any question so far from the whole thing I've been saying? Okay, Mr. Samuel. It's just one question I'm permitting. Yes, Mr. Samuel.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you.
My question is, I saw when you search Nmap website, but what I saw
Yes.
there was Ubuntu version this and this. So my surprise is, I thought it's a website. How does it relate to operating system? Because why I'm asking you to really help me understand the architecture of how these things works. So how is the website related to Ubuntu version something? Because I know Ubuntu is an operating system, not like a kind of a server. So how is it connected? Thank you. That's what I want to know.
Okay, you said you saw Ubuntu there, right? Please, you can say
Ubuntu
maybe
there.
on this to be sure I
So I
understand
want
you. Yes. Yeah,
to
we saw Ubuntu there, right?
website because I was a website.
Yes. Okay, if I get your question well, when we're analyzing the Nmap results, we actually saw different services it was actually running. One of them is yes, I know, I can remember we saw Ubuntu. Now, when you scan like a website using Nmap, um, you're actually scanning the server that is hosting the that website. Sorry, I'm trying to see if this thing is okay, still capturing the screen. Okay, now let's continue. You're actually scanning the server. You know, the web, we know it's a website. Yes, yes, good is a website. But something is actually making the website stay alive, which is the what? The server, right? Now, the server, it's the website itself is just like a collection of different files served by the web server, obviously. Now, that web server is running on it could be a physical machine, it could be a virtual machine. That's why sometimes they will tell you that Facebook server is located in, let me see, where's that place? In Silicon Valley. There's like something like Silicon Valley. Yeah. So the server, it has an operating system. I hope you are getting the analogy or the gameplay. So the server that is hosting the
Again,
website.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, the server actually has like an operating system, and let me say different other software that actually make it possible to deliver that website to you, so that me and you can actually see it. So the web server, it could be Apache, like we saw, and one is Apache. It could be there's another one they call is it Nginx, Nginx. If you are familiar with this thing, or Nginx, yeah, it runs on different servers operating system, and they actually help you to like serve the content or stuff. So Nmap can actually identify that web server software. It can also identify that version. It can also identify the operating system. Now, going down to operating system now, the operating system can be Ubuntu. I think you get where the whole thing is coming from. So like that operating system now is like the platform. Let me just say like an underlying platform where all the software running on that website, including the web server where it runs. So now Nmap can now help you to now detect that operating system of that server. It's going to help you to like give insight and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff like that, right? I think the one we saw is that Apache HTTP. I don't know HTTP 0. Okay, yeah. So I will continue. Okay, while I will continue while I answer Mr. Bolaji's question, but I'll just still continue what I'm doing. So, Mr. Bolaji, please ask your question.
Good evening, sir. My
Yes.
question is it possible to exploit a system without knowing the system's IP? Like, if, for example, you want to exploit somebody's system, how do you intend to know this person's IP, like the IP address? And
Okay.
secondly,
If you remember when we okay.
Because I joined this class late. I didn't know there were even a class because I didn't see the notification that the live chat has started. So I want to ask, I hope this class is being recorded as well. Thank you.
This particular one is being recorded.
All right, all right.
Okay, are you done?
I am, yes.
Okay. Okay, to answer your first question, now there are instances where they will ask us, like, when we did that class on penetration testing, unfortunately it was recorded, but then it was not submitted. Because I actually recorded it with my phone. I didn't like upload it I didn't have them to upload it to like YouTube or something. Yeah, so when we did that class on penetration testing, I told you that there are actually three types of penetration. One is black box, one is white box, and the other one is gray box. Now, black box is when you are not provided with info. White is when you are provided with a whole lot of info like website URL, IP address. They may even tell you service version, tell you almost everything. But black box is not like they are not giving you any of those things. Now the task is that you're going to do your recon very well. Your recon is like you go and gather information. You don't know the service version, you go and find it. You don't know the IP address, you go and find it. You don't URL is not actually something difficult. No, if I just tell you that Alpha, I want to help me test the official website for Access Bank, you know what to do, right? First, go to the official website, maybe www.accessbank.com. From that official website, you can get the IP address. Do you get? So from that official website, you use your different tools. There are different tools to actually translate the URL to IP address. Even their command line, their commands you can actually use to translate it. So you get the IP address, you run your Nmap scan. Right, with your correct or appropriate parameters or flags, you get the versions. Then you can continue with Metasploit to develop the exploit for it, and so on and so forth. I think that has answered your question. Okay, moving down here. Now judging from that Nmap this thing that we got, so let's just quickly let's now search. We're going to search for Apache. Right? Let's HTTP D, right? So let's see what it's going to bring up for us. You can see it did not bring up plenty things. That's good. It brought out Apache normalized path, this. I might actually want to use this one depending on the Apache version that it is using. And remember, they told us how to add Apache HTTPD. So blah 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 blah. The best site I should have used is that one I gave you for your project. But then that's your project. Maybe it's like your personal stuff to do. Okay, so just like I said before now, so anyone you want to use, just press use. I'm talking of the exploit that you want to use, just press use. You proceed from here, right? So not this one particularly. It could be anyone. So let us clear this. Let's clear this and go to. Let's clear this. So this is going to be the let me see.